my learning cafe is downstairs. So I'm just going to go on downstairs, and I'm actually going to watch my lecture for my class this morning, because classes are no longer lecture like they used to be. I can get that on my hologram screen and sit here and have my breakfast in the cafe in my residence hall, Discovery Hall. So now I'm going to schlep across campus, where I have two very, very talented faculty members, Dr. Hall and Dr. Goldman. And they're from two different disciplines, but they're working together and bringing their two fields together, so that I'm having a more integrated experience with my education. So I'm a very good student. I've already watched the lecture on my hologram. So what are we going to do in class today?
Well, you'll all be forming groups, because you're going to be doing research projects. Each group is going to be starting a research project. And we're going to review some of the material that you got in lecture by talking with some experts at neighboring institutions. So from the Academy of Natural Sciences, we're going to be discussing actually the topic of the research paper, which is, well, ducks and dinosaurs. Oh yeah, so actually you're not actually here, Gary. You're over at your office in the Academy of Natural Sciences, and you've gotten out some specimens for us. Because we have this fossil that Dr. Laura in biology had found a dinosaur, and we've been trying to understand its phylogenetic significance. So we think it's related to this fossil duck ancestor, dinosaur duck ancestor, and we got the Academy of Natural Sciences, we've got various rubber ducks in the collection that we can visualize now here as a group and start to compare.
Are there any particular views you need to see?
Well, we can sort of rotate them around a little bit and talk about their provenance and all that. Okay.
As you know, a specimen is worth 1,000 pictures.
There you go.
Experts in the room to help you out. All right, we've got our embedded librarian.
Hi. So you let's see. Yes.
You're on call this week.
But you're already familiar with the library. You've already been using it since freshman year. I'd just like to introduce you to some resources that may be useful in this particular course. As you know, you can sign on once and get access to all of our resources in the library, connected to your classes via Dragon Board. You can see all the records of the Academy of Natural Sciences. We have the expert here show you some physical specimens, but all of those are digital and online as well. We also have access to zoological records, knowledgeable, a number of other databases that you can search across at once or touch through to the individual resource. And just remember, I'm always here as your guide, your facilitator. And also remember, the library is the keeper of records for the university.
I think it's really cool, Dr. Hall, the way you organize this so that our librarian can come to class and help us facilitate our research projects. I think it's wonderful that our library and our IRT can merge, and we have access to resources 24/7 from the library. And I know all of my students stayed up all night looking at all those resources because of that wonderful invention from Drexel Med that enables students to get by on 1 hour sleep at night. They can watch live lectures ad nauseum, 3 and 4 hours at a clip, and access video and all kinds of resources from the library, regardless of the time of day. Otherwise, I couldn't pass this class because I'm so thick. I needed to see and hear it over and over again. So thank you. Well, I'm really tired, and of course I'm hungry again. So I'm very excited because I'm going to go over to the Hans Schumacher right now, where I'm going to have my classmates. And actually at the Hans, you know, unlike the old library where they frowned upon eating and snacking while you're doing research, at the Hans you can do research and eat. And no one, you know, gives you a rough time about that. It's very eat, study friendly space. So I typically meet with all my friends, and we pull up our hologram screens and we swap information, and we are highly productive. And we have some fun too. We're checking out other undergraduates in the cafeteria, so it's not all work. But then I need to go over to the library. So I'm headed over to the beautiful new Hagerty Library, and I have an appointment actually with the archivist, Eric Janik, who's an incredibly talented guy, and he has some things to show me.
Hi, yeah, I'm glad you came. I saw you requesting the system earlier, which you plugged in for your extremely convenient integrated system, which is part of every single area of the university. And I pulled this book off the shelf for you, Eastern Journeys by Charles A. Dana.
No way.
Oh, yeah. And I know most people prefer to just look at the digital object, but you know, for some kinds of research, there's nothing quite like using the physical object itself.
Great resource to have that archive on campus still, when so many things are digitalized. So, okay, well, I have to keep fit, so I need to really go and work out, but I can multitask when I'm working out. So I'm going to ride the stationary bike, and I'm actually taking a class at our London campus with Professor Scott Bacon, who teaches a course called History of Rock Music. And actually today, my British counterparts, the London Dragons, they're over there with Scott at Abbey Road. So I'm going to be like pedaling away and watching my classmates and Professor Bacon at Abbey Road. Do you have anything to say, Professor Bacon?
Just going to run around the room a little bit here, get some exercise.
Okay, any excuse to run if you know Stephen. So anyway, you get the idea. We're all over the globe. So I get out of the gym, and I completely forgot to call my previous co-op employer, and I had this most magnificent experience where I was able to do some very exciting research, which recently got published and is now being added to the library in the student section of publications. So we're all very proud and scholarly students at Drexel. And then I'm going to run up to the Powell School, where we've had a history now of about 10 years of doing a lot of work with the children in our neighborhood who attend that school. And I'm going into the class today with my hologram screen, and I'm going to be connecting my classroom with another classroom in my hometown of Hungary, Budapest actually. And I'm an education major, so I'm team teaching with another university student over in Budapest, and we're like swapping teaching plans and class plans, and we're co-teaching this class together, and it's really neat. So I'm excited to go to Powell, but my day is so long, it's just exhausting. But I love being a Drexel student because I can never get bored. I think I'm going to go crash out at my wonderful dorm, Discovery Hall, and try to check out those slides that have been downloaded onto my Drexel board account, which is this incredible technology that allows me to import things from all over the place and learn in so many different ways. Okay, so I'm back in my room, and I'm really having some problems, terrible problems trying to access this stuff. So I'm going